Okay, hello everybody. I just check if stream is online. Cannot see. Okay, yes, so it's live. So today we go to next level. So usually I was talking about like breaking down some reference and like from observation, all the stuff. And here let's talk about how to rotate, how to like rotate interior, exterior, or like how to move your camera. It's all kind of same thing here. So let's first again draw, for example, let's draw this one. So here, as usual, let's take for example this reference. So I show you how you usually will draw it when you just copy this angle from reference. So you look for this perspective grids, you look for horizon line. So like you find horizon line, then you find this axis. So we see this one like will be Z direction, and then this one will be like X direction. So we have this grid here, and then you will, how you usually do, right? Like you just follow and reference, you check what is details there, and you kind of put it according to your perspective grid. So it's very similar actually for process when you draw different angle, when you draw from imagination, or if you want to rotate your reference. So yeah, often artists, like for comic books or illustrations, they will again use reference, but they will make a different angle, like especially like when you have a story and many scenes happen in the same place, so places still remain the same, but camera will change angle, sometimes show some group of characters, sometimes to show like a portrait with some corner on the background, sometimes show some detail in this interior, stuff like this. So artists, he need to understand how to show same environment from different angles without having 3D model, kind of, you know. And when you can do it, you will realize it's, yeah, I mean, I think it's always like artists who understand how to rotate stuff in perspective, he will prefer draw different angles freehand without using 3D software, unless you need it for some certain effect. So maybe like how I know usually artists who able to rotate himself, he will use 3D like maybe for better lighting, like to understand like how light work in a situation, or it depends on the level, like how much details you want in your work. So more details, more precise you need to be kind of for this, how much kind of realistic you want it to be. So stuff like this, right? So this is how we draw, like when we just copy same angle from reference. And how to do what should artists do to change angle, to rotate this thing? So idea is like same like when you draw it from a reference, but you need to break it down to boxes. So if usually when you draw like this, you break down, like you need to kind of distinct this perspective grids and then kind of recreate this view snapping to your perspective grid. And like when you have your own perspective grid, you start ignoring perspective of reference. So you need to only make sure all these objects are like following your own perspective grid. So it's like you're recreating view. This key idea for working with reference. You're not copy reference. You use reference as source to recreate this kind of situation from reference or scene, you know. So, and to recreate this situation in 3 dimensions, you need to break down this reference into boxes. So let's say, just kind of again, for example, if we look same view again, and what should I able to see? I should able to see this picture this way. Like here we have box. Let's okay. So here we have this room is like a box, like this. And then I will just guess how it go, like out of camera, out of picture. So then we have some other box, so it's like a second box here, also going out of picture. Then we have third box here. Again, I kind of assuming it's this form here, like, because I cannot see what happened here. I think yeah, it's finished here. So we have 1 box, 2 box, 3 box. Then inside this box we have this box with a table and the chairs, like this box on the ground. Then we have like these lamps. They're also like 2 boxes on a cable. Then this thing here, like a wine, how's it called? Like a wine shelf for wine. It's another box here. So again, if like and I put chairs here. So each chair it's also box. So if you're able to break it down to boxes, so what we have now? What kind of situation we have now? We have box. So it's like, again, it's just for clarity, try to explain here. So it's like if we have box, right? Inside this box will be like a smaller box and some other smaller box. So we have bunch of different boxes, like different size, and we need to track their relation of proportions, like what is difference in their proportions, and we need to track their relation and like location, so how they placed according each other. So if it's like a big box and inside have smaller boxes. So we look how the smaller boxes placed inside this big box, and like one box standing on other box, or like they're rotating, like on the right, standing more on the right or standing on the left, and thing like this. So this is super essential thing here. It's like very simple, very basic idea, very simple principle, but it's hard to break bad habits. Like we have all these bad habits to start drawing details, and we need to practice to isolate task, isolate different tasks. So if their task was to see directions of lines, to see directions of surface, and kind of subdue these directions to your own perspective grid. So this was a task, and this was like you're narrowing down your working kind of goal and process, right, to this simple task. So here is little different. It's like more three-dimensional kind of, because now it's not just about lines and planes kind of. Now it's totally three-dimensional, and three-dimensional is first of all it's about box. So first you see a chair as this kind of box. You can see it through, like transparent box, right? Then you can kind of like carve inside this box. You start to carve, and you will, like a sculptor, you know, you take unnecessary pieces out, and you will leave only shapes of its chair. So let's say so. And then now when you know how chair live inside this box, how he related to this box, then what should you do when you rotate this chair? You rotate in box first of all. So you just need to make sure this box have like right proportion. So chair will be like, no, so chair will have right proportions too. So I can draw like, no, I simplify because it's a lot of nuances, but general points is like this. So, and first it's important to understand these general points. And then when you want to kind of master this technique, yeah, you will kind of spend some time for this stuff. But first, definitely what everybody have trouble with is to really get this idea of simplify to boxes, like fighting against habit, trying to like, oh, I need to start to draw this chair like in perspective, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure it's going here, maybe something like this, and like, oh, it's going here, and this go in here, and like, oh no, something wrong, and I don't know what. I have this kind of crazy drunk chair, like exploding. You know, it's like have no control, have no like clarity, like what is problem here. And key thing to control your work is to have this like distinct tasks, like this very narrowed down elements, so you can control each of these tasks. So we have perspective grid, talk a lot before, and now let's talk about these boxes kind of. So then we can talk about how we can see these proportions of these boxes, right? So let's see this reference again, same this picture. So for this I can make projections, like a top projection and side projection. Let's say this like from side, right? So top here, it's like I'm looking from roof downwards, so I see this like floor from corner to corner, right? So what I need to do here is to figure out what is proportion of this table, because here is like a major object in this space. So also here's this kind of chimney, or how it's called, like heater near wall. So we have this like kind of rib here. Here's this chimney, then here we have table. Then these chairs, because they're like kind of under table and they just little appear from this table, so we have 4 of them. We have like 3, they're kind of like appearing from table, like let's say like this, and two chair here, and 1 chair is rotated like this, so it's like move out from table and rotate it. Then I can show this kind of door to balcony or other room. Yeah, maybe other room. So here's something like this. So this is like top projection, right? So we have these boxes, proportions and placement, how they placed in the space. Then from side is about how they placed like left to right and how high, like what is height of them. So let's say this will be this ribs on the wall. So and I look in here like dun 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 dun. So table will be somewhere here. So this 2 chair here. 1, 2, 3 chair here. And 1 chair rotated here. And yeah, also this 2 lamp. So they're like above this table, kind of this. And here, so high, how high? So some kind of this. So what is important also moment here, this is clear. Important also moment here to understand, it's when you break it down to these elements, it's not about being like 100% accurate. You don't need it. You only take some elements from here, and on this example, like in this example is this room, we can see only what we can see. We don't know actually, like we never been here exactly in this place, so I don't know what on the left here, I don't know what on the right side of a room. I'm not sure about many things here, but for my work it should be clear what kind of space it is, right? So I need to assume, I need to kind of simple it down. I need to make it clear what kind of space is it. So I don't know, maybe in the actual world this room is much longer here, but I say okay, I will work with this kind of room. I don't want longer room, I want it shorten this here. And and I'm not sure like what this chimney kind of, what is kind of thing here. I just see some kind of chimney probably, you know, and have some pipe going from it, and this box shape. I see this proportion, so it's kind of enough for me. So again, it's like study principle for practical use, and the practical use you will just find some cool reference, so you can use it somehow for your own work. And when you make your own interior or environment for your comic book or illustration, you will make something like this. Just make this like two-dimensional projections for yourself to have better idea of placement of objects. So you keep this like concept art kind of sketch for future, like if you will need to refer again to these proportions, so you will know, yeah, this kind of proportions in this room, this is this way. So when we have this, we decide like how high these objects, so how they relate to each other, right? We can now we can start to build our space. Like again, like I told before about perspective grids, it's about making space. So let's say, yeah, okay, let's imagine like I have different picture. So this will be angle like this here. It's like okay, later we'll talk more. So, and let's say here will be curvilinear And let's make here also curvilinear. Clear. Okay, so we have these boxes, right? So, okay, let's use this color first. See, okay. So now I have like this angle here is kind of like camera above table. And so here first I will see this lamp, then I will see table, then here will be this chimney. Here we can see this chair, like one of the chair on the right. Here's this door, and this kind of like a pillar rib on the wall. Maybe closer here. Right. And here's this pipe. So first it's just like this boxes. So then like we have this room here. Let's say it goes like this. So it's box of a room. Then we put these pillars here. Then like on the ground, I look where is table. It's somewhere here. Here's this chimney on the ground, right? Then I move it up, say to here. Then we look table, need to move up table. So table is like half height of a chimney. So if we have this half here, let's say you can project from here. So this will be table. So you can see this far edge of table here. Then let's go on here. Like this. So then here, 2 chair, 3 chair here. Take this chimney pipe. And like first I draw this actually here also forget. So this will be like lamp projection on the table. So first is kind of projection of this lamp, then I can move it up. So box of lamp will be like this. Forget this grid here. Так. Hello, Janet. Yeah, so and now when we have boxes, so it give us proportions, it give us like angle, placement. You can fill these boxes with like drawing, let's say, lamp here, right? So this round lamp, this cable. This paper from IKEA, when I buy frames, they have a lot of paper inside. So I just made a sketchbook. So then also have this kind of thing. Also draw lamps here. So this is first point, important to understand. To be able to rotate in a space, you need to see object as a box. Only then you can able to rotate it in a space. And rotate in a space is also mean rotate camera, like draw from different angle, because it's kind of same process, like you rotate thing or you move around thing, right? So when you see it as a box, you will able to rotate it. Так. So there's some chairs. Cool. Can also put some stuff on the table. Так. So let's say plate. Somebody phone here. Maybe pencil. So it's just like I don't know what's, yeah, it's like a foundation. Like imagine you build very complex house without foundation, and it's like always like kind of tilting and falling down. You not finish this house yet, but it's already start to fall, like falling underground, kind of, you know, like have these inclinations, and you kind of rebuilding it, fixing it, put some sticks, trying to maintain it to be stable, and it takes so much energy and time. Just make freaking foundation, And when you do this, after is like each step very simple and fun to do, compared to this in proper sequence when you avoid these foundational steps. So same here, like you see, I have boxes now. It's almost done. You know, it's almost done. Now I just need to put some details kind of over these boxes. So it's like phone here, book, maybe let's say book. It feels like almost like a game for children, you know, like when you coloring book or something. So it's already half done. You just all you do, it's a fun part. And this is trick of proper kind of technical approach. It's every step is a fun part. Every step is fun. You should to realize this. You should to learn how to have fun from each step. It's funny to draw boxes, you know, to kind of like a puzzle. It's like funny game. Like you puzzling with all these boxes. You play game how to convert actual objects into box. It's kind of logical game or puzzle. Then you play next game. You make perspective grid, and now you need to place these boxes in this perspective grid. Then you have game number 3, how to like carve down these boxes into something like more complex. So like to find this round lamp inside, to see this thing as a chimney with a kind of door here, and we can see inside, say, some fire kind of, right? So each time it's kind of its own game, and it's kind of fun to do. It's not stressful because you don't need to worry about extra information, like how to, while you're drawing these details, you also need to make sure like their proportions correct. You also need to make sure is there like placed properly in a space. You know, you think too many stuff at the same time, and it's like kind of blowing your mind. And especially when you're in a first, like when you're a beginner, everything is kind of overwhelming for you because you never did it before. And it's important to narrow down so you have less problem to solve. And then you like a master one part of it, then you master second part of it, and then you make them all together like a juggling. You juggling one object, then you juggling 2 objects, then you juggling 3, and just add more and more. If you will start juggling like 5 apple from beginning, it's you will just struggle whole time. That's absolutely the whole time. Like first year for you will be no fun at all. Question from Messiah: what perspective I suggest to rotate, to best rotate shapes in? No, I mean, I don't know, like, what can I recommend here? It's just, rotate, again, rotate practically, so we're talking about drawing box from different angle. And just up to you. Draw this, learn how to draw boxes in 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, whatever perspective you like. Try to what important like okay, what I recommend for sure is like I show you here. Take some reference and redraw this reference with perspective grids as boxes. So we have this box lamp here. So just make sure these boxes there are following perspective grid. So it's kind of more interesting than just drawing boxes all the time. It's connect you with reality, right? So it make you more like practical skill. So you say, okay, I want to have this skill to be able convert objects to boxes. So no matter this box it's a space or this box it's an object inside space, they're all objects. Oh, they're all boxes. Because box is 3 dimensions. It's just it's 3 dimensions repeated twice, right? So we have like top, bottom, we have like front, back, and we have left and right side. So by drawing boxes you really start to understanding 3 dimensions. You start to understanding space and form in the space. Так, okay, so here так, and this one here, let's say fish eye. So let's try it like this. So first I show here this room. So and again, point here, like it's like you know this saying, if it's hard in a training, it will be easy in a battle. So imagine it's like yeah, like I don't know, like like you being unfortunate and you need to fight somebody in the street. He just like won't fight you for no reason. You need to protect yourself or somebody, you know. So and what will happen there? It will happen this person will win fight who have better like trained body, like your physical shape is better and the technical skill is better. So who have better technical skill and body shape, he will win. So and to have this body shape and technical skill, like understanding how to fight, kind of, right? You need to train before, and it's always training is takes much more time than actual practice. So and then there's somebody drunk who want to attack you, you just kind of push him aside. It's like, oh, don't even try, you know, because he was training so long, you don't want to let him to hospital, right? So just move aside. If you don't have this training, oh, you will be like panicking, like, oh my god. So hard training, easy life, easy practice, kind of, right? Like in no training, like you want to have fun all the time, you don't want to push yourself, you don't want to like discipline yourself. In the life you will like suck, you will like kind of, oh, I'm afraid, I run away from problems, hiding, panic, all this stuff. So in our case, like actual artwork is like a battle. It's like this situation when you challenge yourself, you will see what you actually able to do. Do you really able to draw something in this perspective? Do you really able to rotate? And like if you try to draw comic book, for example, and you will think like, oh, I want to draw this kind of comics like Spider-Man, whatever, and you sit, you start to draw like, oh my god, how they draw this angle, how they draw people in this pose, all this stuff, you have no idea. It's so stressful, it's so complicated. So and often just teach yourself to have better idea how space work. It will improve your ability to draw stuff in space. Not even you don't need like learn directly exact angle all the time. Just understand it better will make you better artist when you really need to draw something, this kind of thing. So consider it's this like this like mathematics tasks in a school or like logic exercise. You just train your brain. Now you like your brain now have better understanding and vision, which will make you better artist. And what I try to do is like give you like really useful training. This training like really will improve you as artist. It's not just some kind of nonsense activity which will make you happy and like feel like you're like, oh, ha, 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 high school fun education, some this nonsense, when like, ha ha ha, we will sit and smile and drawing like smiley face and but you cannot use all this no practical use, kind of. But this one, it's kind of simple. It seems like when you will do it once, you will say yourself, I got it, I understand, I know perspective now, I'm a genius, I know perspective. But no, you need to do it like all the time. You do it like a running. More you do stuff like this, better you will be as artist. You will just see how your brain change slowly. You just keep doing, and you're like better. It's like, wow, I can see now. Before I have no idea. Now I can see this stuff, So, and also this kind of stuff, couple years ago was like hard for me. Like I was learn a lot from crayons. I recommend before. Again, talking crayons. He have cool tutorials on Gumroad crayons. You have this like rotate in this perspective, rotate in a space. Just go there, study it, draw it 500 times. This kind of stuff. If you can speak Chinese, he have workshops, so you can maybe online workshop, so you can check it out. He's a Taiwan artist, and he's like teacher. He's a genius, Так. Okay, so again back here. What I do, I just project this top and side view. I just put it here on this box. So what we have this pillar kind of on a wall. We have this chimney. Then we have this table. on the ground, and let's say, okay, first I'll draw chimney again, like H. I can see to wall, right? So first I draw on the ground, then I draw on the wall, then I follow perspective grids. So then I can add this pipe. Then let's see. You have this kind of door for other room here, and I see, okay, maybe I make table a little bigger. Yeah, also this like a book How to Draw by Scott Robertson. Like, I still need to learn from it. Don't think you kind of learn everything from it already. Like, I read it once, I draw from it a couple times, and still there is a lot of to practice. So just a reminder, what I want to say. If you get some result with this kind of exercise, don't be mistaken like it's enough. This kind of thing is never enough. Never enough. More is better. And enough will be, like, for example, with the Scott Robertson book How to Draw, enough for you of studying this book will be only when you will be Scott Robertson, when you will be drawing exactly like Scott Robertson or better. Then you can say, like, okay, now I can make my own book like him, you know. So only then. Before this, you still should to learn. It's a lot to learn from this book. So and when you keep in mind this thing, is just it give a lot of clarity. So because when you have this kind of feeling, like, oh, maybe I'm not artist, like, oh, I don't have inspiration, I don't have imagination, and no, bro, you just cannot draw. You like, you're illiterate. You have no idea what is drawing. You don't understand. You don't know art history. You don't know basic essential principles in composition and perspective. You know nothing. This is a problem. Not problem with inspiration, imagination, all this stuff. Problem, you are illiterate. You're a fool. You're a fool, kind of, practically. I mean, just being honest for yourself, right? So need to be smarter, need to educate yourself. Then more you have this kind of library in the tool set in your brain, more stuff will come from your head. It's just like, you have so many stuff after, you don't know what to do with all these ideas, because you have only 24 hour and so many idea you want to make, and it's just not enough time, you know. I don't buy Kindle of Scott Robertson, so I don't know. And who is Thomas Bertin? Thomas Bertin, I don't know. Scott Robertson and Cranes and Framed Perspective. Just these books. I mean, just this for sure is a lot. So you don't really need to buy like every perspective book in the world. Just make sure you really like practice this stuff. And it's very clear, like Scott Robertson book is super clear, because he structured it very well, so they have like these beginner stages and early chapters, and if you feel like next chapters is too difficult, you just back to previous chapters and draw it again and again and again. Make sure you really understand what is this. Again, it's like what I see is problem now is a lot of beginners, they lack of this understanding that they're too rush to confidence. They want to feel like they know in stuff. It's like, oh, I show him like perspective grids, and it's like, okay, I got it, I can do it, I know perspective grids. Say, really? Like, I take years to understand. Okay, maybe I'm total idiot and you're a genius. Maybe it's possible. But after some time I see this guy actually have no idea about that. So, and this kind of common illusion to kind of jump into conclusion like you learn so fast. No, you don't learn so fast. Don't be kind of in one part you're overconfident, like, yeah, I learn like this, like a robot, like from a first touch, immediately I understand everything. But on the other hand, total lack of confidence when it's like, oh, I don't have imagination, like, oh, no inspiration, I don't know what to do. So just do simple stuff. Don't try to find some tricks. Yeah, so my type book 36 View to Type A 101, there have like some tutorial I talk about how I draw outdoors and how I make watercolor. So you can check it out. Так. So here. So repetition is important. Like in everywhere, in everything. In dancing, in martial arts, in making any kind of labor, like when you doing craft or when you like painting walls, cleaning house, washing cars, cooking, everything. Like more you do it, will be easier for you to do. And it's not like every time you rise in the plank, you know, like, oh, last time I cook and everything was okay, so today I will cook while rope jumping or like doing push-ups and cooked in the same time. No, nobody does this, right? People just keep doing same stuff again and again. So same with drawing. Don't trying to like always like rise plank. No, spend some time on the same level, just repeat and try a little different, like little change task, but same within same limit, kind of. Like, don't try always to draw masterpiece for exhibition. So like everybody needs to like drop their jaws, like, oh my god, it's the best artwork I saw in my life. when it's your second artwork in your life. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah. You just wait here, perspective grade. Anyway. Just beginning and already want to be famous genius. Так. Так. So let's say next one. Okay, yeah, this, so let's say this. For example, so again, what kind of space is here? So it's like a box and smaller box inside, and then bunch of other boxes. So again, like I show example, like take it as an exercise you can do to study how to draw boxes in perspective. So you take a reference and you find perspective. You find this perspective grid, so it's horizon line. Let's see. So this will be like the vanishing point and grid go like this. Then x grid, so vanishing point for x will be like here. Side. And yeah, and vertical here is just vertical, so it's easier. So now I have this perspective grid and I see what is box here. So let's say bigger box. Maybe like this. So it's like big room. It's like this. Then we have like smaller room here. It's like little eaten space from this big room. And then here we have this table. Yeah, make my room smaller here. Okay. Yeah, my reference here. Much smaller. So here will be like this table. Then there is a sofa as a box. Small table, like a journal table. Then here this box with the fruits. And again, it's not super accurate to reference. But it's exercise for you to kind of break down to boxes. So and then these lamps, it's like huge lamps right above this table. some, it's like a trash box here. And this kind of clock on the wall. So no matter what objects they're round or kind of organic shape, I break all down, simplify to two boxes. And here we have some this on the floor. Because this exercise, it's a training for you, training your vision, training your ability to see everything as three-dimension forms. And this is what you need. This is what you need. Because there is a lot of like some different artists will give you like little different approach, little different like emphasizing little different aspects, but all about this, like about ability to understand, to see stuff like a box, because then you can see like where is front side, where is left, right side, top, bottom, how they rotated according other elements, how they rotated according space itself. So again, like if I want to rotate this view, I need to have some idea of what is happening here. So if I look from the top, something, it looks something like that. And again, because I'm doing it fast and I don't know actual place, so I made a lot of mistakes, and they're not exactly accurate to real thing, because I miss some small features. They can destroy kind of this accuracy. But I make my own. Again, I make my own view, my own place. So what I see when I look at this reference, I see like we have big room, then we have this kind of smaller room inside this big room, then we have this table, above table we have two lamps, then this kind of fruit box, here is door, here some trash bins, here sofa and journal table near sofa. So this is my elements, this is what I work with here. So this, how they're placed on the ground plane, right? So now in perspective, I can draw this ground plane in every way I want. So I can draw it like this without any grids. Let's say I can draw it like this, curvilinear. And then I kind of project this element to this ground. Let's marker already dying. So then when like I have this ground, right? Then I can think like, oh, how is other axis happen? Like it's going this direction, let's say. Or it's curvilinear. And then I will just follow this perspective. So let's see. There's some fruits in the box. So this like here. So again, it's kind of this all might sound funny because I don't want to pretend playing these kind of tricks, you know, when we have all these tutorials, entertaining tutorials, and we'll say, ha 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 ha, do this thing, do this thing. I say like, do just this, only this thing. All you need to do, just this. Problem with you and me, it's actually because we want something more than this. We think like, oh yeah, it's fine, but I want to find some cool stuff. I want to find some amazing kind of technique stuff like that. Oh, you already see advice from Scott Robertson. You already see advice, I don't know if you'll watch some tutorials from Daniel Warren Johnson. They're all very simple, all about this stuff. All about this stuff. Don't stop searching for something special. Stop looking for something more and more. I want you to understand this. Stop looking for something more. Start repeating what you already learn from about these essentials. Practice essentials. This will really improve you. Problem is not knowing some super techniques. Problem is to avoid practicing essential skills, because only this will give you improvement. All other stuff might be just waste of time. So what we need to kind of, you know, like a time management, this stuff. First is just make sure what you do is like a good investment of time. This will give you something, it will deliver you somewhere. This is what important. Because it's really kind of how to say, it kind of became like addiction. Search for more tutorials, search for more advice, and you keep looking for some super special advice, but you already find it, I mean, really, just like uh, all you need to know is these books, like framed perspective, how to draw Scott Robertson, how to rotate objects. Okay, answer is here. Watch this Crane's tutorial, for example. He is just very mm, good, very like uh, very systematic and very technical, this approach how to rotate stuff in perspective. So if you really will understand uh, his technique, his approach, it will give you this ability to work with perspective. So just work more on this stuff. And this what I'm talking, this is actually helpful information, which kind of so much neglected, you know, super under, let's say this word, undervalued kind of. So instead spending years before you realize what I'm talking about, just try to understand right now. This kind of thing. So then, so far. Yeah, and because again, I can like make this kind of entertainment content, like make video every day. It's like, hello everybody, hello, whoa, let's draw together. But so many of this everywhere, and it's like I just kind of, it's my respect to you actually. It's I really want you to learn, and because again I identify myself with you, like, and I want you to hear something like I wish to hear before. So somebody need to say, hey, you have this book? No? Go and buy. You have this book? And you still have questions? Okay, then you didn't open this book. Or if you open it, you was like kind of fuzzy. Open it again and like kind of study is more careful, and repeat again until you really got the stuff. So, this kind of funny tutorial, you know what I mean? Because like actually helpful information sometimes it sounds like this, like because I don't sell you anything. I don't sell you, like I don't have money from Kranz or Scott Robertson, and I don't want to kind of pretend like I have some secrets nobody have. Так. Так. Let's see next. Так. So again, this kind of room with two is divided on two sections, because here we have like a curtain here, and this has this like a railing for a curtain to move. So if like this top projection. Так. So we have sofa here. Oh, it's leaning on a touching wall. Then we have tables, or can again simplify them to boxes. So you see what important is this like spaces between stuff. And here has this kind of table. Here we have again like this example. Like it's very not clear what kind of form of this table. It's kind of like a banana, some kind of oval banana shape. But I will draw it maybe just like oval. So it's like apple on a table. We have two chairs. And it's like a shelf near to wall and a lamp. Like this. Так. So let's see, like looking like this, little from top towards this corner. Так. So it's kind of grid for this space. So here will be this curtain Then here will be table. Here we see little sofa from this side. And here's this shelf, lamp. So move this table up here from ground, make it oval, put chair here. Wait. So lamp here. Так. Let's see, let's choose some angle. Okay, let's say angle. Now I will draw. It's like from here above table, looking to this corner. Так. Let's see. So. Так. So because they're so far here. Okay. Hello, Paul. Yeah, thank you. Так. Okay, anyway. Anyway, so again, my idea here to show you principle, how it works. So turn stuff into boxes, and you should already have some clear vision like how these boxes works. By like before drawing boxes in perspective, like different kind of perspective grids, box from different angle, all this stuff. You can do this exercise when you like look at reference photo and translate everything into boxes, no matter if it's round or organic form. Just make everything be box, and you can make them like boxes in perspective. It will be better. So you kind of make this perspective grids like I show you here, and you place these boxes inside this perspective grid. So it gives you this kind of good memory and practice how to work with objects in a space. So like here, like if I look at this view, so I see like we have one box, two box. No, here it's little quick lazy version. More proper version is this one when I make perspective grid and after draw boxes inside. So okay, just more simple box sofa here, some box for table, box for shelves, box here on the wall. Because if you like, let's say you have two boxes, or big and small box near each other, now you can draw this box from every angle you want. And let's say from down up. And then this box can be a house. Let's say house and like a garage. And then you have this house from different angle. You can put this box here. Так. Let's see, how's my camera? So, like I said again, it's different approach. So I think like next tutorial I will do like in my usual style with a pencil and ink. So let me show you. Something like this I do. So next tutorial I can show you this, like we'll take a reference photo, then redraw same environment from different angle, but like more detail and slow, because this today I want to show you is like more like quick, like composition approach, let's say. So if like I want to draw this room in a comic book, so here I draw it like from different angle, and sometimes like for drawings like this you don't need to like build it super properly. You want to be like little more loose, so you need to understand space, you need to understand placement, so you will know how to put them together in perspective grid, and some like a general idea of proportions, how proportions will change in perspective, stuff like this. And you will like sacrifice accuracy for some like dynamic and flow, when you want it to be like little more freehand and energetic rather than properly built. So this at least how I like it in the comic books. Like some comic books they draw environment and it just looks too rigid, like architecture project, kind of like everything calculated using ruler, and it's boring. I more like this kind of approach, when you follow principles, you understand how it works, but you being a little loose, so you making this kind of small mismatch in some particular aspects. So like here it might be like some scene in a comic book, like we have character here in a room, and here same, somebody sit on a table talking, somebody sit on a sofa. Say hey. Maybe here one more character sit here. So it's like quick approach for make this like composition, different angle in the space. Так. He has this bubble here. Yeah, freehand, like again, like I say, like rulers for perspective grid. You need it when you draw something very technical, like some very complex architecture, and without ruler, you will make some critical mistake, you know. So let's say it's like when your focus in your work is to deliver this complexity of this structure, so when this is your main focus, I don't know, let me find. So then you will use ruler, or you might just redraw a couple times until you will have this clarity and complexity. Okay, yeah, let me show some recent stuff. This one is complex, but yeah, maybe I use here ruler for perspective grid just to check, because sometimes, you know, you're not sure, maybe you go in like a little wrong direction, so you can take ruler, just double check your lines. And here also, like when it's like some kind of sharp angles, I might also check with the ruler just to make sure I'm not fuzzy kind of sometimes, you know, like so, because it might be critical. It's this in some areas this accuracy might be critical for delivering this kind of shape and forms, like kind of structural forms, you know. Some kind of this. But then you see, this kind of stuff is definitely freehand. Here might be ruler because it's just straight, like one point here. So for me, I prefer freehand grid because it gives me much more freedom and much more control. Because you know, this when you draw with freehand, it's like you're holding this picture in your own hands. You don't need some kind of scaffolding or tools to put it together. No, it's already it's under your total control. Thank you. Yeah, same. This one I don't use ruler because I was standing outdoors. It's just impossible. But I spent a lot of time for pencil sketch, so I was like drawing, redrawing this grids, readjusting a lot just to make sure it will be kind of where it's better for me. Because sometimes again, like sometimes you want it to be wrong, you want it to be wrong in the proper way, which will beneficial in a beneficial kind of way for you, you know. So you will make it will have like this diminishing convergent lines, but nobody will know that you actually break kind of or tilt, like you make whole picture look like it's a straight lines, but somewhere you actually bend this line and nobody will notice it, but for you it's like it's been like deliberate mistake. And I don't remember already like what kind of stuff was here, but definitely some mistakes done here too. More important is just to make sure everything in one flow, everything is like in harmony, unite, and you don't have like some like this kind of accidental mistakes which will like accidentally grab attention. This is amateurish thing. Like this is why we need to sharpen and skill, not to always make it accurate. No, we need to sharpen our skill to be kind of to have this control over all mistakes, because you will always make mistakes, and your control is about making important part correct, and all the rest can be like wrong completely, you know, and nobody will care, nobody will notice. This kind of thing again is like you understand reality of I don't know, like human or life itself. You understand you never will able to draw perfectly accurate or correct or precise work, but what you need to understand, what you need to do, is to make sure these mistakes will be in the parts which is not important. That's all. And this is much easier to do. I mean, like, this is possible to do. This what you can do, and this what everybody do. You see all masterpieces, all of them filled with mistakes. There are so many, and so many of them have like ridiculous mistakes, but nobody care, because like this master, he like could draw like amazingly. He draws this like hand gestures, like facial features, and you look at this like, oh my god, so amazing. But somewhere in the background or somewhere there's something like distorted like crazy, and nobody care. You can call it your style, you know. Yeah, you look my previous video. I have a lot video and some like this like is perspective tutorials. I have like 3 or 4 parts how to draw in perspective, and there I give you exactly this approach, because there's, like I said, a lot of different approach. Some approach is very technical, some approach for consider like different purpose, right? My purpose, it's for comic books, like for comic books and illustrations. So because like to be able to just draw everything freehand and to have this control, like to make some work with a quality like Masamune Shiro, or more I admire is Tsutomu Nihei. To be able to draw like Tsutomu Nihei environment, this I think is it's just great. And he like able to draw amazing environments without rulers, and some and now after this millions of drawings he make, like now he able to draw without grids, just sit and make line art directly, which is absolutely like amazing, very dynamical. And I mean, his environments, they look like they're alive. They look like you can, I don't know, like feel them, you know. Okay, so hope it was useful for you. Again, everybody, like if you want to learn environment stuff, how to draw in perspective, you definitely need to have at home how to draw book Scott Robertson, framed perspective. You can have like digital or paper. It's no, I don't. I like digital sometimes, so up to you. But everything already there, it's for sure. And you just from time to time, if you have, if you can give you some time for practice, just study it again and again. If you are not Scott Robertson yet, then you should learn more from this book. And same, if you not able to make your own book about how to draw in perspective, like like a framed perspective and how to draw Scott Robertson, then you should keep study from them, because this ground level for us actually, it's to have very clear, very throughout, like complete understanding. Like you just need to see it, like see it through, like okay, I really know all the stuff. I can draw right now. I can make like book how to draw in perspective right now. Like just give me money and oh, you know what I mean. So also look for crayons on a Gumroad. You have very cool tutorials on Gumroad, like very cheap but really useful. How to rotate in perspective. And I will make tutorial next time again about drawing from different angles. Yeah, thank you for comments. Write more comments too. See you